In this video, we need to understand a little about the order of operations. We're going to be talking about BODMAS, something that potentially you may remember from your school time. BODMAS dictates the order in which calculations are performed within a formula or within a long algebraic expression. And effectively, when we work with Excel formulas, it is effectively algebra, although I like to think it's slightly more easy to understand than algebra. So what does the BODMAS stand for? Well, first of all, it's telling us we need to calculate anything that is in brackets first. So we'll have other operators such as the power operator, division, addition, but what comes first, regardless of anything else, is that brackets must be calculated first. After our brackets, we calculate any orders. So this refers to squares and square roots. After that, we would perform any division and multiplication, again going left to right. And after that, addition and subtraction, going left to right. So, looking at a formula such as this one, we can apply those rules and say, okay, let's look first for any powers and square roots. Okay, we don't have any powers or square roots. So next we need to do division and multiplication. That will be, there we have a division, there we have multiplication, there we have division as well. Okay, so then we need a left to right, division followed by multiplication, and then we have some addition in there. And I can work it out, but very quickly it's starting to become a bit complex and slightly hard to interpret. So my advice, whenever using Excel formulas, is cheat a little bit and just use the brackets. Wherever you've installed brackets into your formula, you know, just visually looking at it, that anything within those brackets is going to be calculated first. So here I have another example formula where I've taken different operations and I've grouped them together with brackets. So we can see what is in the first layer of brackets will be calculated first. My 66 divided by 33, my 5 minus 2, and my 10 times 1.5. Those bracketed calculations will be first, then the second layer of bracketed calculations, and then finally the ultimate answer is calculated. And this is a text version of those formulas, but we can see how that formula actually plays out. My top iteration with the full expression, the reduced version after one layer of calculations, again after another layer of calculations, and just the final result. So BODMAS is an important mathematical concept for dealing with multiplication, addition, subtraction, etc. But again, when we come to using formulas within Excel, my recommendation is to use brackets. Then you have a very tight control over what is being calculated first. That concludes our introduction on basic algebra within Excel. Next up, we'll be looking at some functions.